Good morning, traders, and God bless. Hope you're having a good morning. Not seeing too much up there on the charts this morning. Hopefully we'll get a repeat of yesterday, get one or two of them. Good morning to everyone on YouTube and Discord. And our SN already taking off here this morning. It's a cheaper stock, 227, already hitting the top of the scanner. Right out of the gate, that's how we like them. Wait on a pullback here. We're the first to know. Remember, there's going to be another rush of buyers coming in once they find it. See if we can get it to pull down about half of that candle, and it does. Looks like it's going to run on up from here. The sellers say, no, not right now. Going to run up 228, 235. Not running up very high. And the sellers take over again. This one's kind of iffy. Don't know if I would hang on to it too long. Kind of like there's sellers waiting for it to go up. Maybe they've been holding on to it too long. Definitely a weak one. Must have been a pump right out the gate because it immediately took off. That's kind of rare. Usually it's 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. Volume's kind of low. Going to try again here. Let's see if we can get it to go up. I've done lost interest in it when that red candle came back in on the buyers. Can see that long wick on the bottom. The sellers were trying to sell it off. The buyers came right back and bought it up. Now we're just floating around 228 on low volume. And if you're new here, I'll do a walkthrough and introduce myself about 6:30. Let's get through this little bit of trading session we have going on here at market open for pre-market. This is where most of the money is made, right at 6 or 7 o'clock. So I had a funny thing happen this morning when I was logging into ThinkorSwim. I mean, everything booted up nicely. It got all set up, and I went to flip it over to extended hours, and I did not have an extended hours option. The TIF was still there, but it only had day and OCO. And I actually had to go over to, I saved different workspaces, and I went to a different workspace, and the extended hours popped in. So I don't know what's going on with that. And then I tried to click on support, and it says we're closed. Go figure that one out. We're closed. Isn't the market fixing to open? I sure hope they don't ruin it for us. It just seems like they can't get their feet going in the right direction. Anybody check my delay yet this morning? It did decide to take off. Look at it over here. Just had to fight the sellers at the start. I done lost interest in it. Thank you, David. If you had confidence in this one, you could have picked up 20 cents. When it pulled back several times, I lost interest in it. And of course, that's when they take off, is when I don't buy. So I hope you made a little bit on it. I'll happily wait on the next one if I don't like the first one. ZFOX, 82-cent stock. Little bit of turn up on the buyers. Yes, you can use them on options. We have options traders using them every day. From what I'm seeing in the chat, some of you are delayed and not me. And good morning to everyone who just popped in. Joel, it opened at 6 a.m. Central Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Yalo, you're going to have to take it over to support. This is a trading session. I'm trying not to offer support in this area. I miss a lot of trades if I start getting into support and trying to trade. So if you don't mind, take it over to support. Post it in there. Somebody will help you. I've got to start trading here. I can't keep doing support and live trading sessions. So help me out. Give me some room to breathe. I'm done coding. I need to make some money now. Slow crawling. That's what this one's doing. I guess slow is better than none. I am in Texas, down by Galveston Island, in a little town called Kemah, Texas, population 3,400. Might be 3,500 by now. Nice to meet you, Mitchell. You're not too far down the road. So if you're just showing up here, you've never been here before, this volume spike indicator is what we are watching. We are watching these percentages take off in either direction. They're either going down or going up. And when they start going up, we click on them to see if we want to get in or get out or watch it or watch the money while we don't click the button, whatever may be the case. But once these take off, that's when we want to take a look at them. Even if you see a very small percentage, it's going to be finding this first green candle, even if it's coming off the bottom. This indicator here is looking back 30 minutes for anything that's slightly moving. And if it's slightly moving, it's going to get a low score. If it's moving a lot, it's going to get a higher score. And as the buyers come in, it's going to climb up the ladder to the top. Just like this one, HUBC. It's a very cheap stock, 27 cents. Thank you, Mind Money. God bless you as well. So we come here every morning, sip our coffee, eat our lunch, eat our dinner, eat our dessert, or sleepy-eyed going to bed. I don't know what time zone you're in, but we sit here and drink our coffee and trade. We wait for stocks to come to us. That's how it is. That's how it's programmed to be. Because I got tired of searching for stocks. Now they just pop up on my screen. And hopefully you've loaded these scripts and they're popping up on yours as well. So this is our pre-market scan. It's special coded for pre-market. This is just a regular scan. No filters, no nothing. Just the price sorted by volume descending. So we get picks on both of these watch lists. So you have to monitor down here as well as up here. I'm watching down here as well. I'm seeing some slightly moving. Like a bunch of penny stocks moving this morning, or stocks under $1, I should say. THAR moving around here a little bit. Another stock under $1. These are low volume stocks, and we like high volume stocks. So be careful. If you're going to get into something like this, you're probably going to lose a little bit of money. We want a high volume flow. We want to really see the buyers coming in. So if it's just ticking a couple of hundred every now and then, that's not scalping. That's risking. I was kind of thinking SSNT was going to be moving this morning, but I guess it's not. I guess it's going to just keep sitting back and selling off. Well, there's nothing there. We'll check a few stocks. MARA. Let's see where Mara's going. Looks like we're headed back up to that $15 range. Let me back out of this a little bit. Let me just go to 15 minutes and we'll see where we are. So yeah, we're kind of down here almost at the low. So it could swing around and give about 50 or 60 cents today. Have to keep an eye on it. See what Rivian is doing. That's another good one. It hadn't been moving too much lately, though. Only moved around 25, 30 cents all day yesterday, so that one's off the watch list for today. And that looks pretty devastating. All right, so we wait on a stock to pop up. Just a few pennies this morning so far. Nothing impressive. So Mara is still moving. It was moving a little bit when I checked it earlier. Might be a 50-cent play today. Let me go back to 1 minute here. I'm still on 15. Makes a lot more common sense if you go to 5 minutes. You can really see what it's doing. You don't have that one in your personal watch list, you need to keep it in there. That's a steady money maker almost every day. You can play it up and down. It's down here in the all stocks list as well. Good morning to everyone who's just popping in. You haven't missed anything yet. Couple of teasers, that's about all we've had so far. And in about 15 minutes, I'll do a walkthrough of what you're looking at on your screen. If you've never seen it before, it's a miracle. It's something you're going to want to see every morning. Yeah, I thought SSNT was going to move earlier, but it hasn't. It's just kind of poking its head up above the sheets, so to speak. And our SN trying to recover here. We looked at it earlier. It sold off. Now it's making a U-turn. Probably won't make it above this resistance level. When you're looking at a stock like this, for it to become good again, it needs to break through resistance, come down, and retest resistance before moving up. Since it had heavy sellers, I don't know if I would even trust that anymore. I think monitoring Mara would be best on a 5-minute chart. Let you know a little bit more about it. On the 1 minute, it looks extended. On the 5-minute, it looks like it's just getting warmed up. Don't have enough volume in it yet to be interested in buying it. Flatlining down here. Not seeing much activity at the moment. We're watching for these percentages to take off if you haven't ever been here before. This one's trying to get up there. It's moving, but I don't buy these cheaper ones. I want more than a penny a move. Robert, I trade on both, but I'm also, you probably know this already, I'm also monitoring the tick chart and the 1 minute and the 5 minute and the 15 minute. I kind of look around and see if they all line up before I pull the trigger. but I would monitor it on a 5-minute. As far as buying it, I would probably buy it off the tick chart. You are welcome. BCLI kind of snuck up on us here. I just noticed it up there. I don't think it's been there very long. Low volume, it's not ticking away like I mentioned earlier. You want this number really flying right here, and it's not doing that. We're scalping for profits. We want to jump in when the buyers are present, get out before they leave. It's almost guaranteed success if you can really get this down and watch what we do here every morning. Had some really good trades the last 3 days, last Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. You have to be quick. You have to be ready. Got to pay attention to what's going on your computer. You got to be able to walk yourself through the trade to know when to pull the trigger and when to get out. We're going to make it look easy, but trust me, it's not easy. You got that right. I was really studying the Dominator yesterday, and I've been saying the volume is low here, the volume is high here. This is an average of the sellers. It's actually not even sellers, it's negative volume. It's an increase in volume as the price is dropping. That's what this red line is. An increase of volume as the price is dropping when it's rising. This is an increase of volume when the buyers are buying. And yesterday I was kind of studying it, and I was saying, well, when it crosses over the red, it's starting to take off. And that statement was pretty true. And then when the lines got close together, it was pretty much squeezing, consolidating, whichever word you want to use. Then when the green line takes off and the volume starts rising, the price really takes off. But I'll show you something that I discovered. Let's see if I can find it back here. I don't know if this is going to give me a good example of it or not. No, it's not going to give me a good example. If I see one, I'll point it out. But instead of waiting on the green line to go up, I was noticing if you wait on the red line to fall, it was a better entry on the price. Instead of waiting on the green to rise, wait on the red to fall. So pay attention to that when you're using it. It may work out better for you. And if you're shorting, of course, you would wait on the green to start falling. Because remember, this is not a direction. Just because these are going up doesn't mean the price is going to go up. It does, Domingo, but I don't think I would trust it past the 5-minute chart. It's an average of volume. And when you extend it out there to 15 minutes, the lines are not going to move very fast because it's an average volume. So the tighter time frame you can use, the more accurate it's going to be. I would say 1 and 5 minutes is probably the best. We're into quiet time. We're getting close to 6:30. I'll do a walkthrough in a couple minutes. So in this case here, you would be, if you were going to interested in shorting it, you would be waiting on this green line to start falling. I guess it's playing again in reverse instead of watching them rise, watch them fall. ABR, I'm sure I could. I'm going to take a few weeks off here from coding. I've been at it really strong, really heavy, long hours for about 6 months. Not every day for 6 months, but most of the days for 6 months. So I need a little break. When I take a break, new and better things come along. So this journey's probably not over. You probably heard me say, I just want to create the one indicator that says buy or sell. So I'm really thinking about how I can combine all of this into one indicator, because that's really what I need to do, I feel. So if we just had the two little buttons up here, buy or sell, and all these lines and everything disappeared, all these watch list columns. Of course, we'll probably still have to have the watch list. But if I could get rid of the guessing and just rely on buy sell, that would be nice. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to try. But that's down the road. Right now, it's working perfect. As perfect as it can work. Let me rephrase that, because this is the market. It's unpredictable. But these indicators are doing a good job at predicting it. You're welcome, Brian. So if you're new here, I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder for about 15 years. And I got tired of all of the delayed indicators, the moving averages, the buy this, try that, and decided to break down volume because I knew volume never ceased. It was always had to run or we couldn't make accurate trades. So I broke it down in positive and negative volume flows. And that's what this indicator is doing. If it's rising in price and there's an increase of volume, it picks it up. Just like that, you'll see a green arrow and a candle. So this is a percentage of the direction of which way the stock is moving. So immediately we get to know if a stock is moving as soon as it posts a percentage here. We don't have to go look for them because in pre-market nothing's moving, and if one of the stocks slightly moves, this indicator grabs it and lets you know. Sometimes I don't pay enough attention and they pass me up a couple of minutes, and then I click on them and I realize I'm late. So you got to really watch this column. Just like that one, you've seen how fast it popped up. But it is bullish or bearish. It's going either direction right now. So out of this indicator, many other indicators on the screen were born. They're kind of all tied in together. And they're all volume based. So this one is volume based as well. It's watching for volume moving the last 30 minutes back. So if it's slight increase in volume, it's going to pick it up and it's going to give it a low score. So if it's been moving over the last 30 minutes and the volume's been increasing, this number increases and it starts rising to the top of the list. So once we see the volume spike, we immediately go to this current bar volume. We like a lot of volume flow. It's not a number. It's that a lot of people are buying it. This number needs to rapidly rise or rapidly fall, depending on if you're buying or shorting. Right now, it's not rapidly doing anything. It's just a couple here and there. So this would not be a buy. I've also programmed these arrows in. They are also tied to this volume spike. So if we get volume spikes as the price is rising, it's going to let you know, hey, there's more buyers coming in and this price is going to continue going. Then you'll catch a red candle or a red arrow to let you know it's going to reverse. I also have this label up here, bullish and bearish. And it's monitoring the very first candle as the candle is born. It's the last one in the list. And it's going to let you know if it's a bullish candle or a bearish candle. And that's noted up here. Down here, I coded a volume script label and got rid of the bars. And I see a stock taking off here. I got rid of the volume bars. And I coded in this script here that lets us know in the overall volume, in other words, the entire volume, is it bearish or bullish? And that's what these two labels do. Right now, it's bearish or sellers. So over time, you can't keep this number calculated in your head. You can't remember, hey, was this more buyers or sellers? I've been watching it for 15 minutes now. I don't remember. So I broke this label down into two volume lines to let you know if it's positive or negative. Is there more buyers or more sellers? We may be getting a pullback up here. I'm keeping my eye on it as I'm trying to talk. We can get that candle to close down here at the bottom of the other one. We'll probably get a bounce up. If it stops and doesn't make it down to the bottom, it's probably going to reverse and go up some more. I'll get back to the presentation in a second. So this is called a pullback, which you see me doing here. A stock takes off with green candles. We see it first. It gets to a certain height and people start taking profit. Then other people find it and drive it up a little more. So that would be the bottom. Let's see if we can get a run up here. Let me zoom in a little more so you can see it clearly. It should bounce back up to this line if there's buyer interest on this stock. Volume's not too bad. It's flowing at least. There comes a bullish arrow. Let's see if we can make it up there. So from $1.17 to $1.31, and it failed. So you don't jump in immediately. You got to get confirmation. You got to have something that shows you, look, I'm going to get into this when I know it's going to move up. So you don't just jump in on a small green candle, because this is what can happen to you. This pullback strategy works a lot, probably 80 to 90% of the time, and those odds are really great. So this is how we play the pullbacks. Hopefully we'll get another one and I can walk you through it. So back to these two lines, I converted the volume into two lines. This is positive volume, this is negative volume. So as the price is rising, the volume is rising. These are the buyers. These are the sellers. You can see the sellers were chasing the buyers. They finally meet up here at the top, and the sellers took over this stock. So as I was calling this pullback, you could have been paying attention down here and seen the red was right on top of the green, and it was an unsafe entry. They're having a battle here. What you want to see is this red line is down here floating sideways, and this green one is pulling away from the red one. That's a strong indication, just like this gap you see down here. That's what you want to see. You want to see the green pulling away from the red. That's going to be your entry. That's providing you can catch the first initial run of the stock. And a lot of you have gotten really good at that. I call it chasing green candles. I don't chase them. I like waiting on pullbacks and playing the second run up. That gives me confidence. If we get a second run up, there are lots of buyers interested in this stock, and usually that second run profits a little bit more than this first one. So never trade off of my screen. My screen is sometimes delayed 15, 30, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Lately, it's been running pretty good, 3 to 7 seconds behind. You can monitor that on this clock down here, compare it to yours. But make sure you get set up on your own computer, trade off of your own platform so you don't have a delay and lose a few dollars here and there. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I'll post a link down in the chat box. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I have lots of videos over there as we grew from this indicator to all of these other ones. They all contain valuable information. You'll pick up some pointers on every one of them. So watch them for me. Like the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing, and I appreciate the comments. In the description of every YouTube video is a link to our Discord. That's where you'll find all of these files, all of these investors. There's like 25, maybe 2,600. Haven't looked at it lately. It's been growing rapidly. So once you join our Discord, make sure you accept the disclaimer so you'll see all the channels, and head over to Start Here. Start Here has a few things for you to look at. It tells you what's the first thing you should do, what's the second, what's the third. If you have trouble installing scripts, visit our how-to videos. If you can't figure it out on the how-to video, leave a question over in support. We'll get to you as soon as we can. And I think that's about it. I appreciate you joining us this morning as we wait on these indicators to take off and post another stock for us. So back to the Discord, I did leave something out. Visit our trading floor with Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks. When they find a good one, they post it on the trading floor. I often join them as well and post a few of my own whenever I am trading. Also visit our options trader channel where we have It's Me Bob. He's the options guy over there. If you have any questions, just reach out to him. I'm sure he'll happily answer. He often holds a live stream just like I do, teaching people to get a little bit deeper into options. He's maxed out the viewing channel over there. I actually had to increase it. That's how good he is. He's drawing a crowd. Maybe you want to join him on his next stream. Mario, I have a video on that. I don't know which number it is, but it's in the how-to videos over on Discord. It'll show you how to get set up to trade pre-market. You don't have to have permission. You just have to have your computer set up the right way. Kind of quiet at the moment. I actually thought this stock would take off, not sell off. It's been on the radar for about 2 weeks now, bouncing around. It shows its face every now and then, I think 2 or 3 times in the last 2 or 3 days, but never gets very far. Thank you for all the nice comments. It's great to see all of that. That tells me everything is working. We're running full steam ahead. These indicators will prove themselves to you. I don't have to prove them to you. Just show up every morning. You'll see what I mean. I'm the creator. They are the money maker. There's a difference there. So I kind of overlooked this indicator. This is an up-down indicator. It's also tied to the pullback strategy. So when you see up, you'll see some red candles and then an up. So it's letting you know that there was a pullback, and now we have a green candle. That's what up means. It's another confirmation of a pullback for you to get ready to play if it works out. Pre-market doesn't work so good. It does sometimes, works better in regular session. Lauren, it's an additional program. Has nothing to do with toss. So if you're interested in that clock, it's called Widget Launcher, and it's a Microsoft product. You have to download it, install it. You have several indicators. And of course, I made the background and the borders and all of that black, so I would only see the numbers. So we should have another chance of a stock going up at 7 a.m. my time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Neo making a small move here. Maybe one or two people may have bought a few shares. Nothing important. Was down here below the list, barely moving. When I clicked on it, it got a small score. This one has earnings after market, GTLB. Neo, either already released earnings OCEA, it's not on mine. I must not have refreshed yet. Well, it popped in both directions. Thank you, BM. OCEA trying to do something here. Don't know what it's trying to do. We get a green candle, then a gigantic green candle that sells off. Maybe a pump and dump here. Be careful. It is up here on the radar now. It's letting us know this stock is doing something. See you later, Mr. Rodriguez. Have a blessed day. OCEA wants to do something. It just can't get it done. Very low volume. You can see the buyers and the sellers are together up here. So it's going to be struggling to get anywhere. Yeah, we were watching OCEA. It's struggling. But that does not mean it's not going to go up. It could all of a sudden just pounce up there. The reason I say that is that's usually what these cheaper stocks do, is they can just get a big old green candle like you see this big red one. It can do it again and then drop on you and you lose all your money. That's why I don't like the cheaper ones. ALLR is still not doing anything. CNET is down at the bottom. That one barely moving. We just have to wait till 7 o'clock, see what happens. It's about 9 minutes away. So if you've never traded stocks before and you land on this channel, just make sure that even though it looks simple to you, it's really not simple. You still have to know what's going on. You got to be able to read price action and volume. That's mainly what I focus on, is price action and volume. These lines just give me confirmation of what's happening within the stock. Like this is the 3, this is the 5 and the 13 EMA. This is the 34. When you load these indicators, you won't get the 34. You have to put it in there manually. And I just use the 34 as the direction, the trend direction. You can see now it's laying flat. So we're not in a trend. We're actually consolidating or squeezing. So we wait on this crossover when one first takes off. If we get a crossover, the 5 is the white line, the 13 is the blue. If the white's above the blue and the price is above the 5, that's when you want to jump in. They are EMAs, exponential. They're a lot smoother line than the SMA. They're not as volatile, in my opinion. That's why I use the EMA instead of SMA. And all of this comes with the install, except for this 34. You're going to get this volume, this bid spread and ask label. You're going to get the buyers and the sellers. You're going to get this label. You're going to get this dominator line. You're going to get this up. You're going to get this volume spike, and you're going to get this momentum indicator. That's what's included in our setup. If you're familiar with ThinkorSwim, you can probably get this done in about 15 or 20 minutes. If you don't know what you're doing, watch the how-to videos. You can probably get it done in an hour. Fun human, that don't sound like fun. Quiet on the watch list for now. Enjoy your coffee. About 5 minutes to go, 4.5 minutes before 7 a.m. my time. Hopefully some news will come out at 7. A stock will take off. We'll get to pull the trigger and pay for the bills for today. Mark, everything is on Discord. I have TOS scans, TOS scripts. You'll find it in either one of those channels. It's going to be a script. Actually, the morning risers, that's a scan. It's a pre-market scan. And we have some really good scans. We don't just have one scan. We've got some really good scans. You'll see a couple of them when we get close to market open for the regular session. A lot of my scans are custom coded. Not just, hey, this line's crossing that one. I don't do those kind of scans. About 2.5 minutes to go before 7. I was hoping something would start running up right now, at least creeping up, so when 7 hits, it just takes off. OCEA lost it all. ALLR is up here at the top of the list, but not doing anything. It's consolidating. It's holding a price range between $1 and $1.22. I keep everything stored on Discord. So this setup is located in the current setup folder or channel, whichever one you want to call it. Just look for current setup and you'll get everything that's up here. Good morning, Rodrigo. About 45 seconds to go. We'll be watching for volume spikes to start popping in. The market should wake up here a little bit. Ten seconds. Not seeing anything activated yet. MINM is down here in the very bottom, but it's moving. You can see the market waking up a little. Or was. What happened here? Did we go dead? Let's see what this one's going to do. This is NRSN. It was moving earlier this morning. It's going to run into resistance at 228, I'm sure. Unless it can break through, I doubt that it will. There it fails. Good morning, Jimmy. Glad you made it back. I should say that every morning, too. I'm here to learn because I am. I'm here for the market to teach me a lesson. There's a big pop right here. Let's see what we got. It's a penny stock HSCS. I don't know about these things. Need something that costs a little bit more for me. Unless you want to grab a nickel here, that's probably what you're going to end up with. So it took 2 minutes after 7 for one to pop up, and it doesn't look too promising. But it's not over yet. Probably getting a pullback here on a penny stock. I don't know if it'll work on a penny stock, but we'll try. Hopefully it pulls back down to here and bounces back up. Need this red candle to close. Wherever it closes, that's where you would mark the support level. Looks like there's too many buyers for it to settle down. It's probably going to run up again. Might grab a few more pennies. There, it's pulling back now. It did not stick. Now it did. Let's see if it bounces up from here. Looks like it's going to follow the same path as the other one and sell off. One good thing about these, we're avoiding fake bounces. We're not getting caught in the traps. Domingo, I do on occasion. I don't teach them here. I think support and resistance is really good for this type of session for pre-market. Everything's moving so fast. That's why I stick to support and resistance. Got to keep in mind we're scalping. We're not waiting on long runs to turn around. We're looking for instant volume increases and jumping in and jumping out. Not seeing a bunch of volume spikes this morning. I guess our money makers were Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Hopefully we'll get something popping up here soon. Like I said yesterday, just because you don't make money today don't mean you're not going to make money tomorrow. It could be big enough to where you make up for not trading today. If you hit a good one tomorrow. That happened yesterday. We had a couple of good stocks run. HSCS still trying to make some moves here. That's about the second time we've watched it. We thought we was going to get a play here, and we didn't. Now it's probably running into resistance here at 0.2484. Wheeler, another penny stock bouncing around. Yeah, that's this morning with their. That's the problem with this morning stocks is everything is trying to and not following through. Everything seems to be trying to. I mean, this is only 2 pennies, these green candles. I can't get excited over that. Now maybe 3 pennies. Casey, you can buy it. I just don't trust these cheaper stocks. It's too easy for somebody to dump 30,000 shares because that's only like $5,000. But that's a big hit on a penny stock. But you're welcome to grab some. You're confident in news. So how'd that news work out for you, Casey? That's why I watch numbers, and if they have news, it's just icing on the top. But watching the numbers is more important. Good for you, Casey. I hope you get that pop for 50 cents. Wouldn't that be nice? I love to see members make money. REPL, not doing much of nothing. Looking at the numbers here, going back to HSCS. Saw a lot of green. I wanted to check them out. So if you're trading, make sure you're trading off of your screen, because I'll be jumping around here and don't want to knock you out of your trade. Good morning, Jimmy. Yeah, you haven't missed much of nothing, Jimmy. We've had a couple of penny stock bouncing around. Nothing impressive yet. Nothing I pulled the trigger on anyway. We had 3 good moneymaker days, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. I wasn't expecting a fourth, but I bet you maybe tomorrow we may get another one. Closer we get to Christmas, I'm expecting a small rally. Don't know if it'll happen. Just a wild guess. So let me tell you all about this medical thing that I'm going through. So the last I announced, I had a aneurysm on the aorta, as told to me by the doctor, by the heart doctor. That doctor requested an X-ray to look at it. That technician says that it's bigger than the doctor said, and I became concerned. Then the report gets released from that technician after being reviewed by a third heart doctor, and that report says the aorta is normal. Is that prayer? Or is that some really messed up doctors? These people literally had me thinking that I was in serious trouble. But I'll take the end result of nothing's wrong. But I have requested another visit from a different hospital and a different doctor. Yeah, that's an emotional roller coaster right there. So now I'm to the point, I don't know if I have something or if I don't. I have to go get another doctor. And then she turns around and says, I'm going to go ahead and do another X-ray just to confirm. Well, she's not even sure. Now, take in mind, this is not my regular heart doctor that's been working on me for years. This is a substitute because he's booked. But did he not confront my doctor, or did she not confront my doctor? It was hard not to get upset and start screaming at him. Jimmy, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to keep believing I'm healed. That seems to be working for me. You believe you're healed, you'll heal. If you believe you got something, you'll get it. Always do the reverse. Always believe I'm healed. Just like you should believe you're a professional trader before you become one. I did find out when you get all your medical insurances and you get your Medicare and you get all of that stuff set up, they pass you around like a hockey puck. They all want a piece of it. Well, go see this doctor. Well, no, you need to go see him next. Or go see her. Or maybe this one ought to look at you. You are passed around like you would not believe. Well, thank you guys for all the prayer. It seems to be working, right? The only part I'm concerned about is me. Don't tell me I've got something that devastating when I don't have it. Do they not confirm before they say you've got issues? That's like telling somebody he's got cancer, but he really don't have it. That's how devastating that was for me. And I don't usually let things go to my head, but what went to my head was they were wrong. It's okay. I'm fine. I always told you I feel good. I don't feel like I have anything. I'm limited because of getting older, but that's everybody that's getting older. Hollywood, that surgery number is 5. Once they pass 5 centimeters, or when they're at 5 centimeters, they start scheduling the surgery. But I don't think I have it. All right, let me go over there and kick him out. Well, he's not listed in membership, so he's coming in from the outside. He's a hacker. He's hacked in. I can't control him. Just ignore him. If we don't respond to his activity, he should go away because he's not getting any results. So beware, we have a hacker. He's connected. And they're doing this to all Discord, just not just our Discord. So it's coming in from the outside. Nothing I can do. Just don't participate. Dan, I have not explored outside of the U.S. I really don't think I'm in that bad of health. I'm pretty strong. I don't dwell on being sick or nothing like that. I dwell on being profitable. I don't really care about the health. I'm not the guy that's been to the doctor every time something happens. If I cut myself, stitch it myself, that kind of person. Put a band-aid on it and move on. Only when it gets serious, that's when I'm concerned. Don't fret the little stuff. Is that what they say? I have not, Fun Human. Nothing yet, George. We're waiting. Was a coffee morning instead of a trading morning. Neil, I done been through two of them. I don't know what the next one is. I think the next one is an MRI. So if you buy a stock, you should be thinking you already made a profit. Is that how that works? Oh, I already made a profit on that one. Trading pennies over the last 5 years, I've had 5 blockages. I got to where I couldn't even get up the stairs in my own house. I also have asbestosis of the lungs, but it's minor. It does affect me. Makes me run out of air faster. It's not going to kill me. Just limits what I can do. Now I get up the stairs just fine. Still have the minor lung issues. And age is playing a part. I'm 67. Can't be that spring chicken every year. How to do below yesterday's low scan. I don't know. Send me a message and send me a direct message and we can talk later and I'll figure out what you're trying to do. Maybe I can walk you through it and you can do it and I won't have to do any coding. They do trade in pre-market if there's buyers and sellers. It ain't about price. If Tesla has good news out, they're going to jump on board and we're going to know. It's going to show up in one of our scans. Thank you to all the vets. My son is also a vet. It's because of you we live. Fletch, I like using it on a daily. Let me put it to you this way. I used to use it on a daily for tomorrow's stocks. So if you scan daily and you use the trend chaser indicator with the chart set on daily, you will see it throw the arrows for you up or down. But I no longer look for tomorrow's picks tonight. With these indicators, I just watch them happen. So I know we're off topic here a little bit, but that's fine. If y'all want to chat, that's cool. I'm enjoying it. There's nothing happening, so feel free. I'll interrupt you if I see something up here. Currently nothing moving. At 8 o'clock, if you haven't been here before, I'll be taking a break. That's providing I don't forget when it's 8 o'clock. Yesterday, I think I got out of here at 8:13. Had to rush through my break to get back before market open. Need to set that alarm, I guess. Hey, it's break time. It's 8 o'clock. Go. Thank you very much to everybody. So look at it this way. Somebody invented an indicator and everybody else reinvented that indicator. It's kind of like reinventing the wheel. And it's been years now, so we have thousands of indicators that are all charting the past. They all make a roadmap of what happened. That's what prompted me to step into the current, not the past. Tell me what's fixing to happen, and I want to see it happen before my eyes. And here we are, happening before my eyes and before your eyes. Not saying the other indicators don't work. They've worked for years once you figure out how to use them. But I think looking at the current is a lot better than relying on something to repeat what it did in the past. And it's proven itself to me over and over and over just over the last 30, 60 days. Jimmy, I think they're trying to take the profit back from Thursday, Friday, and Monday. So we get nothing today, just a couple of hopefuls. That's what I'm going to call them, hopefuls or tempters. $0.38 stock, INBS, that did do a pullback. I don't know if it's going to break through, but it did pull back and right back up to the line. We're late on it. It's only 2 pennies. Don't get too excited. I would like to see some volume. We don't have any volume. That's the problem. Try to find some volume after 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like it doesn't exist. EJ, they're only $1,000 an indicator. Just kidding. They're all on Discord for free. What's taking you so long to go get them? Bob, you forgot 99.99. I hear you. You're trying to keep some profit there. I know. RexCon, you're not supposed to be telling them the truth. I bet they never heard that before. That's exactly what they told me too. I called them because I had some people question me. Well, they're going to shut this down, aren't they? If it's working too good, they're going to shut it down. I promise you. So I called them, and their answer was, "We are glad you're making indicators. It makes people trade more, and we make more money." Totally opposite. Robert, you know the world now. They think the worst. They've been programmed wrong. They need unprogramming. Turn off the TV, go outside, get back to your childhood playtime, go find you something to do, go fishing, go golfing, go do whatever you do, quit watching the news. Good morning, Daily Trader. Glad you can make it for your first time. You've lost a lot of money if you're just now getting here. This morning, not so good. We're not having such a good day. We're having a few volume spikes, but they're not getting anywhere. It's kind of like a teaser day. Like this one's going up. Nope, gotcha. It's not. That's what we're seeing. Nothing really moving strong. Good morning, Bryce. Bryce, you can use this volume dominator on futures. I was using it this morning and yesterday. You have to use it on 1 minute. And what you want to do on futures is you want to wait for this green line to break away from the red one. Not be together. They need to actually break away on futures. If you have the patience to wait, it'll work for you. You are welcome, Bryce. So let me pull up NQ for you. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's nothing else happening. Let me get rid of the volume bars. I thought I did that already. show you what I was looking at this morning. Like right here, if you can wait on this green bar to break away, you're going to catch runs like this on futures. This is using a 1 minute chart. And when you see it topping out over here and start coming down, that's when you would cover your position. And you can probably scroll back and catch it each time. You can see the green line broke away and we're back in another run up. The green line broke away from the red, not so strong this time, and it did float along, but it eventually did pop up a little bit. This was broke through right here, didn't pull away very far before it got close again, but did eventually break away. Same thing here, broke away and it ran up. So yes, it does work on futures. Right now, I just want a stock to go up. I would like to make some money. I've got time to trade now. You're welcome, Bryce. Maryland, you just have to test it. I'll be honest with you. These things are fairly new. I only launched this one a little over a week ago. So I'm still exploring what I did as well. So test it out. If it's repetitive, yes, it will work. I just showed you repetitive on futures. Just don't jump every time one line crosses the other. That's not the entry. The entry would be watching volume flow. And price action on the candles. The indicator is only the trigger to make you look. So let's take a look at Tesla. Let's see if Tesla does the same thing. So the breakaway didn't happen till here. And I'll explain to you why these things don't like to work on large cap stocks. So we broke away here, but we didn't really get any price action. And the reason is this right here. The price is so high, unless you're buying options, you're not going to make a lot of money if you're trying to buy it per share. So a lot of people buy 5 shares of Tesla, 10 shares of Tesla, 20 shares of Tesla. So it has a lot of volume of 5 and 10 and 20 shares. So those small share purchases aren't enough to trigger a high volume scenario because it's monitoring price and volume. So when people are only buying 5 shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, it's not going to be as responsive as a $5 stock where people are buying 2,000 shares, 5,000 shares. There's a big difference in volume size being purchased. So the large caps, these indicators are affected by the way these large caps trade. We can look at the 15-minute. So it's basically the same thing. It just doesn't pick up a lot of volume if the share size is small, because there's so many transactions going through with small purchases. I've always said the best way to trade large caps is with two moving averages. These two right up here, the 5 and the 13. So if you look at Tesla, when these moving averages cross, it's more accurate for the price to rise than this indicator down here. And I also use these two moving averages on a tick chart, a 133 tick chart, and they are very reliable on the crossovers on a tick chart. I plan my entry according to these two moving averages on a tick chart. These two moving averages are a day trader's dream. They are right on it. This indicator, not so much. About 2 minutes, I'll be taking a break for 10 minutes. We're in the slow part of the morning. Probably going to get even slower between now and market open. I'll take a break about 8 o'clock. Once I return about 8:25, we will set up for market open. From the results of pre-market, I'm not expecting too much to happen at market open. I'm thinking everything's probably going to crash today for some reason. I shouldn't think that way, but I just have that gut feeling. I don't know. Like, okay, we let them have a few dollars, and let's limit that now. Bulldog trades. I have a video on YouTube about tick charts. It's very brief, but that's really all you need is a brief description of how it works. I can turn this into a tick chart up here, but I need excuse me, need something with volume to show you that it's working, and we don't have any volume right now. I'm sure some of these tools will work for you, but I know not all of them will. I've even tried to create that another version of this V4, V6 that would accept the low volume trades or low share size trades with high volume. Didn't put a lot of effort into it, but I never got anywhere with it. So it kind of laying there on the shelf. It's in the back burner, so to speak. I'll probably get back to it one day, see if I can't create something for large caps. I use the 133 tick, yes. Some people prefer the 233. I prefer the 133, along with all the other charts. I'm watching all of them. Can't have enough confirmation. Keep that in mind. Okay, well, that one's matching too, and this one also says it's going to do this, and I'm watching it, but I'm not seeing anything exciting happening with it. That's CMND we're talking about. I was watching it on another screen when you called it out. That was a nice run up right there for 50 cents, 60 cents. So good call, Super. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, really. That proves one of my points. I'm not always correct. But that was a nice pullback there. It wasn't a strong pullback. That's why I didn't think it was going anywhere. But what it did was it broke through. It came back, retested this level, and then it retested the resistance level. So that was a good increase there, about 50 cents you could have picked up. Not necessarily touching the moving average, but touching resistance or support level. You could probably call it on the 5 EMA, but I'm using actually the support and resistance levels, and I marked them out on reversals. So this stock ran up to here. We set a level. It pulls back on the next red candle, and we set a level. And we wait for the bounce back up to resistance. I don't really play it off the moving averages. You could play it that way. I even have a video on anxiety of playing just the moving averages. So yes, you could play it either way. But on scalping, I prefer resistance and support levels, because if you hang on too long on moving averages, you end up losing some of your profit before they cross to get you out, or before the price reaches one of those moving averages. You could lose too much. Greg, over on Discord, TOS scans. I have an image of my settings for this pre-market scan. Super, did you enter that trade? I had my finger on the button right after you called it out, but I didn't click it. I didn't have confidence in it. I should have, though. I didn't either. They shouldn't be showing on every candle. You got a setting wrong. So in your watch list, right click on the up or down and edit formula. Make sure that this include extended hours is checked. If that's not the issue, send me a question over in support. I'll get to you as soon as I get out of this live stream. Robert, on the tick, I like to wait for it to come down near the bottom. It's kind of like a large pullback, and then the moving averages cross over. Or if the stock is in an upward trend, play the dips with the crossovers. Looks like we're going to get another run up back to that support level. Another 50 cents left on the table. Good morning, Island Man. So we're actually channeling between this price, this support and resistance levels right here. And it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to take my break. I shall return shortly. Okay, I am back. I see CMND kept going. One I thought wasn't going to do nothing, of course. Morning, Broke Joe. So they are pumping up CMND before market open, so be careful. They could sell off just before the bell rings. So if you bought it while I was gone, keep that thought in mind. Usually they don't hold them into the open in fear of losing profits if they're in profit. They don't want to lose it, so they get out before the bell rings. That's typical of any pre-market trader. Good morning to everyone who popped in while I was gone or while I wasn't watching or paying attention or whatever I was doing. Good morning to those on Discord who just popped in lately. See everyone popping in that don't play pre-market, getting ready for market open. You'll see the numbers increasing there. If you haven't liked this stream yet, please do so. Help me out on YouTube. Helps me keep my rankings going. YouTube been sending me some very nice messages, which I will gladly accept. Your viewers really love your videos. You got 50,000 views in the last 20 days. That's what they told me. Keep up the good work. I don't know if that's good or not, really. I'm a first-time YouTuber. I couldn't tell you if I'm doing good or bad. I think we're doing good. Yeah, well, God bless them from human. I don't really care. I thought we all had a right to our own beliefs. The SPY does look awful. I agree 100%. I'm expecting a down, is what I'm expecting, a down day. Please prove me wrong. Not seeing any green spikers getting ready for market open. Of course, we still got about 15 minutes to go, 13. Amen. CMND still bouncing between them support and resistance levels. Well, I have not put them in. They were already existing because we played this stock before. We probably played it recently, maybe Thursday or Friday. But it's paying out the quarters and 50-cent pieces. 559 to 621. You can catch the dips on it. Might can make a few dollars. Don't know if I would trust this one this close to market open. You'd have to be like really quick. It'll probably pan out though. So this would have been resistance. Down here would have been support. It's a tight zone on this one as well. Volume's not high enough, really. I'm going to say it may go up at market open, after market open. Or they could just pump it up right here. Try to get one last run in before market open. Too low a volume for me. Sellers outnumbering the buyers. Good job, Martina. Robert, I don't use hotkeys. I just have my hand on the mouse. I'm ready in and out instantly. Don't have to look down at the keyboard for another key. Just a couple of mouse clicks, I'm done. So 8:22, I'm going to go ahead and change over. I'm going to put that 50-minute scan. This is kind of like pre-market, but not really. The only difference is this momentum scanner is now looking 50 minutes back instead of 30. Still going to be waiting for spikes to occur. Down here, we're going to run the high flyer scan. If you don't know what the high flyers is, it's all of the moving averages are stacked. So this is the proper order: white above blue above orange, or 5 above 13 above 34. And the price would be above the 5. So that's what these are. Of course, it's not active yet because the market's not open. These are probably leftovers. But that's what this scan is going to find: all stocks that are trending up with the moving averages in the proper order and the price being above the 5. Very strong stocks here. This one makes you chase green candles, so be careful. Over here, let's put the pullback. I can find it. We all know what the pullback does. It finds pullbacks. See, it's already on CMND pullback. That clock sure took up some real estate that I really need. Robert, what I like to look for is I wait for the spike to happen, then I wait for the up signal to pop in. So once the spike occurs, I wait on the up. When those two line up, it's time to take action. Volume spike first, and the up pops in. But be aware, the SPY does not look good. Anything that pops up open higher probably will close lower faster than you can believe. So if you buy a green candle, just know that could happen with the big red one right after it. Especially with the SPY trending downwards like it's doing. That is the new scan, the new pullback scan. And that's the indicator that I put out with it right here. Yours may be called something else. I like to change my names. Doesn't mean I upgraded the script. VIEW looking up here. View tried moving yesterday. It did bounce around quite a bit. It may be stronger today. I think I'm going to be watching CMND into the open. Got about 3 minutes to go. View is also getting up here towards the top of the list. You're going to want to focus on these top stocks right up here. When the market opens, it's going to get very volatile. It's not going to be easy like you saw in pre-market. It's a guessing game. So you may not want to follow me. You may want to follow me. I don't know if I'm going to find it, just like you don't know if you're going to find it. It's a mess at market open. It's really hard to do. Unless you take a chance on a green candle, you also take a chance on losing, but that's called trading. If I see a good one running up, I'm going to wait on a pullback, and I'll enter on a pullback if it's a good enough stock. That's what I'm hoping CMND will do, is open up, pull back, and run up. Be careful of halts, just times 10%, whatever the opening price is. If it exceeds 10% in 1 minute, it's going to halt, okay? So be out at 9%. Or be out at 8%. Play it safe. Do not trade off of my screen like OT says. It could be delayed and it could cost you money. I'm going to be changing stocks, so don't be watching my screen while you're in a trade. Watch your monitor. I'm going to be clicking around. Yeah, they all dump right here before open. I'm surprised CMND hasn't pulled back down into this zone here. Of course, we still have 36 seconds, but I think it's going to be strong right into the open. Let's see how it goes. Make sure your TIF is set on day or you're going to miss your trade. About 15 seconds to go. Good luck to everybody. The SPY does have a big green candle. Watching CMND here. Got a red arrow and a green arrow. Undecided. Red. Pulling back. Don't think I'm going to chase it here. Probably get to 621 and get a big red candle. $6.18. Now let's see if they sell it off. Holding strong. It looks good, actually. But that don't mean it's going. These are sellers giving up because it didn't go. Should pull back to 559 for a possible bounce back up to 618. It's a teaser for sure. Watching the tick chart coming down, bouncing up slightly. I don't know where this one's going. It's undecided. The SPY, don't know where it's going. It's kind of laying flat. Might go red here any minute. Not looking too promising this morning. Let's check SSNT here. That was a very rough ride right here. There was a lot of red. You don't see it now, but I can tell by these wicks. It was a very rough ride getting to here. This could be a good pullback for a run up. Or maybe a sell-off. That's what they're doing. It's rough as these candles here. I'm going to stay clear of it. It's undecided. View is trying to make its way up. The SPY is pulling back slightly. The view is pulling back slightly. CMND finally broke that 621. Wasn't easy getting there. Kind of a messed up market this morning. I mean, they're struggling to get anywhere, really. It's finally going to break through on CMND. I did not get in it. I'm wait for it to retest 621. That's my only other choice. Let's see if it happens. Needs to flip around, retest. If it retests and doesn't break through, I'll take an entry at 620, 622, 623. I want to see confirmation here before I just enter in. And I may not get that chance. It could just run right on up. We already have another level set from previous trades. Could run right on up to 683 and never look back. Definitely kind of iffy kind of stock trading now. They can come down and retest 621. I may chance it with a smaller share size. But right now it's undecided. It's everybody's wanting it to go up. Back down to 621. Waiting for a green. Let's see if we can get a green. There's a green. I'll try it. Let's see if we can get a bounce here. Definitely struggling. I'm out. $16 loss. And then it'll go. Trust me, it'll go now. Still struggling. Glad I got out. That's what I mean about cutting your losses. It should have as soon as I got in, it should have happened. It didn't happen. That told me I was wrong. So I immediately got out and took the small loss. Didn't wait later to see if maybe I was going to recover. I just got out. SPY starting to pull back, starting to see some red, bullish, bearish signals here and down here, and definitely in the pullback, a lot of bearish. So here's a pullback. Don't know if it'll pan out. Got to have this candle close. Very expensive stock if you can afford it. It closed. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Let's look at the next one. Let's see. That one is coin. A lot of you play coin. There's CMND. Now we're retesting 621 as resistance. So the scan's working nice. Here's your pullback, and it triggered right back on the pullback scanner for the next run up. Will we get the next run up? I don't know. The market's kind of iffy this morning. It looks promising. I have to say that. It looks a lot more promising now that I got out of it, right? We'll check it in a minute. T, a slight pullback. I wouldn't really call that a pullback. Verizon. I don't know how long it's been in the scan. It may have been in since back here. Same thing with FHN. I don't know how long it's been in that scan. Probably since back here. CMND. Now it takes off. Should have waited longer. It did make it right up to that next resistance level. Over time, it was not an easy play to make. I did not get back in. Too bouncy this morning. The SPY is red and coming down. Probably has a lot to do with the way stocks are performing. We're red in our pullback. Amazon in the pullback list here. Probably going to run up for $1 or $2. Rojo, it's not a good day to trade, in my opinion. We had a lousy pre-market. That pretty much predicts what's going to happen at market open, a bunch of stocks bouncing around. When we have a good pre-market, we usually have a good market open. SPY is falling. It's still red. We got red in the spikes. We have a few bouncers still. CMND. This one kind of faked me out. That's not CMND, this one. I anticipated this pullback right here. I actually got out just below that line. Thought it would bounce right back up to here for a retest of 683. It did not do it till after another sell-off. Then it came up and retested it. So I've just missed it. But I tried. You don't have a line in the water, you don't catch any fish, right? Good job, Dana. So from $2.98 to $3 on Amazon. Of course, when I called it out, I think we were up here somewhere. So maybe $1 since it popped into the scan. That's left. Here's Coin. Coin did make it to that resistance level, then sold off. Here's one on a pullback. This is any. It's a cheaper stock, $1.13. Now $1.15. And with the spread of 2, you wouldn't have made anything. SPY is kind of floating sideways, not really looking that good. BITF making a little move here for a couple of pennies. Pull back on BKKT. Not enough volume. It's not moving on the volume. EVTX. This is probably one to get into and just sit on it. It's going to probably start producing them tiny red candles. As it's trending up on low volume. You can see how the moving averages are stacked. Like I said, we have separation between the lines and the stock goes up. It's in the number one position. It's on low volume. You'll probably pull back with a tiny red candle before the continuation of the run up. This will probably be the small red candle that I'm talking about. I've been watching TVTX for 5 minutes. It should pull back up from here. So keep the mindset your entries are on red candles, not green ones. You want these small pullbacks before you enter in. There was hoping for a better market day today. Everything's struggling. CMND, I missed this one. This was a play this morning. Me too, Domingo. I'm down $16. I'm going to leave it at that. It's better than down 32. So I'll probably sit here for another 30 minutes and give it up, maybe. You have a blessed day, Domingo. Dana, isn't it amazing how just that little change from buying green to buying the dips makes you profitable? It's the difference between night and day to me. Don't chase them. Let them trend, see which way the trend's going, and buy the pullback on the trend up. Simple concept that works. Hamrick, I probably should have listened to my own indicator, right? You're calling me out on that one. I know. I get it. That's good. Keep me in line. I need somebody to keep me in line. I see Mara in the list on a pullback. There's Mara. Pullback was actually here. I don't know how long it's been in the list. So I said Mara is good for 50 cents. So if you did not chase the open, there was 50 cents right here. Or almost a nickel shy, but it may get it with this next candle. Or even settle for 45 or 40 or 30. That's better than nothing, right? Thousand shares, there's that 50 cents right there. Yeah, it is at its highest ever. Well, I'm not going to say ever because I think I've seen it at 20 something dollars a share. I'm pretty sure I have. Let's take a look at Mara. 1 year, 1 day. So 15, 13 there. Here's that 20 I was talking about back here on 713. There's that 20 again. No, that's 12. And 9. So it's been as high as 20, 1988 to be specific. So it can go back to that level. Yeah, it's been very high, but if you look back that far, every stock was up then. I think we went through a market correction after that, right? I don't know if it was a market correction or a president correction. We'll leave it at market correction. We can't go there anymore. I'm going to get disciplined if I do. Thank you, Big Mike. Must be doing something right. Maybe I'm making them enough advertisement money they don't care anymore. We know that ain't true, right? BKTX. This is the one that was in higher flyers earlier, and I said be buying these little red candles. Of course, we only had one. I think I clicked off of it right here on this one. But yes, it did continue to go. I see SSNT now down here. It's retested 992. If the candle closes below 992, it's probably going to sell off a little. We may be retesting 992 to go up to 10 whatever, to go up into no man's land where it hasn't been. It's struggling just like every other stock this morning. The SPY is now headed back down from a bounce up. Now really bouncing high is the SPY. I think we're being manipulated. I really do. Okay, y'all get ready. Get ready. Let's fake them out. So don't buy the SPY candle. You're going to get trapped. Here's that bounce I said we were going to get, probably. There it is. That was 20 cents. $0.25. $0.30 and out. Look at that manipulation, would you? Boom. Look at Mara go, huh? Mara might pay out $1 today. So just to say, we didn't nail the bottom. We got in back here on the pullback. So I would say from 1509 to 1580 would have been a good play. Yeah, I knew CMND was going to play some tricks. So it got me right here for $16. Then it ran up after pulling back. And everybody thought it was going to hold this level, and they got burned. Yeah, it's when it drops that far, they probably thankful it halted. They got caught holding the bag. They're hoping it don't gap down at open at resumption. CLSK and the high flyers. These are pretty stable stocks down here, even in a bad market. They're lower volume. They're not volatile. That's what makes them so good. You're not fighting a big battle. NE is in the list. Rodrigo, it's a system that's in place to keep people from driving stocks to the moon or to the bottom. There has to be a limit somewhere, or we could take a dollar stock and make it $1 million if they didn't call the limits. So when too many people come on board, they first come in with a large spread. If that doesn't control it, they halt it. I mean, I could help them out in that category. If it's going up too fast, I could buy it for them, and it'll definitely stop going up. So we don't really need halts. We just need me. Just me buying it will do it. Hey, whenever I buy something, you might as well short it. Like, I guarantee you're going to make money. If I short it, then buy it. I'm green on the year, so keep that thought in mind. Not as good as last year because it's been a worse year, but I'm still green. This looks like a good stock play had you nailed it down here. There are no red arrows. It would have kept you in. Nothing but green arrows as it's trending up. You'd have had to hold on right here, wondering what was going to happen next. But no red arrows. That's good. Wonder if it's down here in the list. Don't see it. So your scan probably refreshed before mine is why I'm not picking it up. CERE. God bless you, Hamrick. Have a good one, brother. I think that would be OCEA trying to move again. No volume. I've been waiting on something to fire right here in this very first row on the high flyers. Usually this one stock will pull you through the day. That first position. Have a blessed one, Mr. Rodriguez. Not going to touch CMND. Was pretty radical this morning. Market's kind of quieting down. The SPY pulled back a little bit. It's now probably holding 456.45, bouncing around that little area. After a small pullback, it is higher than the open. Thank you, Jim Smith. Have a blessed one. So in about 15 minutes, I'll be pulling out of here. That's what time I end these streams. Hopefully you'll all join me again tomorrow. We'll have a much better pre-market. Maybe we'll be done before the market opens tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. That helps me get this information out to you for free. And I don't know what's happening with my computer. What is it doing to me here? I'll put the link in the chat to the YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Watch the videos. Watch even the old ones. They all contain valuable information. It helps you watch these indicators being born over the last 6 months to the point where we are now. Like the videos, comment on the videos, let YouTube know what kind of a job I'm doing. It also lets me know what kind of a job I'm doing. It all appears to be good, so subscribe if you can. Help support me. Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's help out other investors. That's my main goal, is to give this stuff out, teach everybody what's currently working in the market. If you haven't subscribed to our Discord channel, there's a link below each video on YouTube to our Discord channel. Subscribe to Discord. Accept the disclaimer. Head on over to Start Here. And start loading these scripts and meet us here back tomorrow morning. All of these scripts are located in current setup. They're not hard to find. If you have any questions on install, visit our how-to videos. If you're still stuck after the how-to videos, leave us a question over in support and somebody will get to you if I can't. Visit our trading floor with Gregster and River Place Stat for stock picks. If you're interested in options, visit our options trader room and talk to Bob. He is good with options. He'll try to help you out. But keep in mind, if they're busy, they're not going to respond quickly. They trade as well. But I'm sure they will eventually respond. Thank you for joining us this morning as we wait these last 13 minutes. And I'll be signing out. I appreciate you joining us. YouTube says that we're having streaming issues. That's why you blacked out earlier. I just don't understand these people. They make billions of dollars and can't keep a stream going. You're welcome, everyone. So here's that VKTX that we saw earlier. It's down here in high flyers, and these stocks always just seem to pull back a little and continue on their journey. Except for today, they seem to be laying flat like the rest of the market. But keep in mind, this scan is a really powerful scan. This one is just as powerful. And now we got the pullback scan to watch for pullbacks. Today's not participating. The scans are working fine. It's just the market is not cooperating. Maybe later today a stock will pop up. I'm not going to sit here and wait on it. So I'll be back in the morning. That's where I want to spend my money. I'll spend it all if you give me the right stock. You too, Brian. So if I do you guys some good, you catch on, you're making money, and you want to pay it forward as well, you can make a donation to our Patreon, and I thank every Patreon member for subscribing. It helps keep the channel going. You can also donate through YouTube on a one-time donation. You click the little $ below the chat box, you type in, then click Super Chat. You can select the amount. It's not a requirement to participate with us. We love having you here, even if you don't donate. But donations keep us running strong, and we really appreciate it if you can. My main focus is to put everybody positive in a nasty market, and we're definitely fighting a battle here for the last 3 years. I know I've turned quite a few lives around, even just since this YouTube channel started, but even before then. So pay attention to what's happening here every day. Don't immediately start trading these stocks because they're green. Make sure you know what you're doing, or you could lose your money. And I should change that could to you will lose your money if you don't know what you're doing, because that's the real truth. So watch this streams over and over and over and over and over until you're positive on paper, then try a few shares at a time. That's how I learned. That's how a lot of people learn. That's how you should learn. Don't throw a bunch of money at it just because it's green candles. Or because John Doe says this is going to go up by a ton of it. Don't chance it. Didn't have a good stock to really walk you through. This is a pullback. This is what it's doing. We didn't have that option this morning. Maybe tomorrow. You'll hear me walk you right through candle by candle on whether you should get in or not. I'll even tell you this is the entry level. It's going to be up to you to call the out. I'll get you there, but it's up to you to call the limits. That's the fun part about it. We all get to trade together. We're all looking at the same thing. We're all making the same call, which makes it a safer investment. Five star, if you look at the code in that scan and just reverse everything, instead of saying the 5 is above the 13, just start reversing all the aboves to below, and you'll have that scan. You're welcome, Jimmy. So you can reverse engineer that scan. Just change the aboves to below. And then say the price is below the 5. That's below the 13. And the 13 is below the 34. Yeah, it's been down here in the high flyer scan, just floating around. It made it up to the top once or twice, but then came back down. Scott, the problem with trying to code for things like that is they're not repetitive. So it's not like you can compare Mara to coin. I mean, you can compare it just by clicking on them, but you can't write a code that's going to say, okay, I want all of the stocks that operate like Mara. Because even Mara doesn't operate like Mara some days. So it's almost impossible to code. See you later, Dana. God bless you, brother. Have a good one. You're welcome, Keith. Thank you, Dana, very much. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, traders, I'm going to pull out of here about 4 minutes early, 3 minutes early, actually. Have a very blessed day. I appreciate you joining me this morning. Let's hit it again tomorrow morning at 5:55 and be ready for market open. Let's try to nail one right at the start. Of course, it's got to happen in the market before we can do that, but maybe that chance will be there tomorrow, maybe a couple of times. You never know. Take each day one day at a time. Make wise investments and join me here in the morning. And always, God bless. Have a good day. Be careful in your trading. Bye-bye.